Today what we're going to be doing is going over how most restaurants kill their online growth and overall are just leaving money on the table. And I'm going to go over just a real world audit of the silent problems costing you customers, orders, and revenue. So our job is to make sure that this never happens to you, unless you're looking to land a spot on Kitchen Nightmares, which in that case, do not watch this video. You'll increase your chances of landing on that show. Your digital front door matters much more than your physical one. People look you up online before they ever even walk in. If they don't like what they see, they'll move on without even saying a word. You won't even know that they were interested in the first place. Their decision is made before they ever even taste the food. You can see some images that I attached here. One of them of a good restaurant that's doing things how they should be, and then you can see another one of a restaurant that's not doing things right. So this is just a brief example, but you can see right here, obviously the restaurant on the left is doing better. They have a higher quality photo. They have 16,000 reviews with a 4.9 star average rating, and they have ordering options right there where you can reserve a table or order online. Overall, phenomenal Google profile. Things look great. Exactly what you should aim for. On the right, you can see this is a Yelp profile. Photo looks bad. It's a low effort photo. There's a low review count. There's a 1.2 star average rating. You can see the bad review right there. Remember the soup Nazi on Seinfeld. This place is the pizza equivalent. Ideally, you don't want to be in that scenario. And if you're in that scenario, we'll show you how to fix some things to potentially get out of it. Your digital front door, like I said, matters much more than your physical one. Your Google profile either builds trust or breaks it. If your Google rating is under 4 stars, people will most likely skip you completely. If you don't reply to reviews, especially the bad ones, it looks like you don't care. Low quality photos or no photos at all can make your place feel kind of sketchy, and people won't know if you're even active. So that's one thing that you want to make sure that you absolutely master. Think about it like it's the billboard of your business. The photo is extremely important. And if your hours, phone number, and links are wrong or missing, you're losing people before they ever even show up. If your Google page looks sloppy, most people assume your restaurant is too, and they assume that the food is as well. And overall, you want to make sure this is polished before they ever even come in the door. You can see some images down there below showing just an example of a restaurant that has a 4.5 star rating. These are good examples of what you should do. So you can see good rating, good photo, overall good profile. In the middle, you can see a good review and how they responded to it. They were respectful, they were good, and that's exactly what you want to aim for. You can see there on the right that there's a negative review that somebody left, and then you can see the response from the owner and how they handled it perfectly. So they basically said, hey, they personalized it by the name. We're so sorry to hear about your experience. Our goal is to make every visit an exceptional one, but for good reasons, not bad ones. Thank you for your review. We take these very seriously, and we will address this with our staff. Phenomenal way to handle a negative review. They weren't combative. They weren't mean. They weren't rude in any way. They were personalized. They said, hey, we're going to improve this. We're going to fix this. We're sorry that this happened. You know, like, we're going to make this right. That is how you want to handle that. I see too many restaurants that respond with they're rude. They mirror the same attitude of the person, and that's not what you want to do. It's not a good PR move. So phenomenal job on 1025's move here. They did great. Now here's what a neglected Google profile actually looks like. A low rating with no effort to fix it, almost no reviews or none at all, blurry photos or old ones that don't show anything helpful, no hours, no contact info or links that lead nowhere, no replies to reviews, which looks careless, or worse, replies that come off rude or passive aggressive. Now, what I did here to make this a little bit more understandable for you, so I can actually not just tell you don't do this, but here's examples of what you should not do. I think that makes it a little bit easier to kind of explain. So I attached an image on here of a hypothetical business named Mason Hill Kitchen. So you can tell that photo looks bad. It's a low effort photo. There's no about section, so you have no information regarding about what this business does. You can see there's a negative review and there's no reply, so they gave them the silent treatment, which is never the move. And then you can see over here there was also another negative review that was responded to poorly, and I'm going to explain to you why. So you can see right here somebody brought up the fact that the pizza was flavorless and that they just didn't like everything, and the only thing that made it good was the busboy and the waitress. You can see that the way that they handled that response was horrible. It was combative, passive aggressive, overall the opposite way of how you want to handle these. You can see the response from the owner right here says, so sorry you feel that way. I guess we won't be expecting you back anytime soon. We could have tried to make your experience better if you had let us know while you were actually here instead of on your way out of the restaurant. Luckily, we have been here doing our best for 71 years and will continue to do just that. Horrible way to respond to that review. A much better way would have been taking a page out of the book from this, where it's, hey, Alex, we're so sorry to hear about your experience. Thank you for your review. We take this serious and we'll try to improve moving forward. Just make them feel like they're heard, because think about this. You got to put yourself in the customer's point of view. Imagine you're somebody else. Well, first of all, let me just say this. That person probably never coming back. That way of handling that review was horrible. But now let's put yourself in the point of view of somebody that's just checking out your restaurant, and they check the negative reviews, because most people do, and they look at how you guys responded to the reviews. Usually people will make their first impression based off that, and if they go there and see that you respond to people mirroring the same attitude, it just doesn't look good. It makes you look unprofessional. It makes you look like you're not open to feedback, and that honestly, just me being me, would turn me off right away. So keep in mind how you respond to negative reviews. Ideally, operate like the customer's always right, not necessarily for the person you're responding to, but to everybody else that's seeing that review whenever they just check your negative reviews. Here's what we see go wrong all the time on Google. A rating under 4 stars that no one's trying to improve, no photos or just a couple bad ones, a missing or empty about section so nobody knows who you are, key info like hours, links, or contact details that are broken or just gone, reviews being ignored, especially negative ones, replies that come off angry or snappy, and details that don't match between Google, Yelp, Instagram, and really anywhere that you have information online. Broken links quietly block revenue every day. This happens more than you think. Someone tries to order, but the button doesn't work, or they try to book a table, but the link is broken or missing. You lose the sale, and most of the time, you never even know that it happened. And even if they don't complain, trust is already gone. Now you can see in the images I attached below, you have this business business called Zest Kitchen and Bar. When you press on their order online button, it takes you straight to the DoorDash link. So that's great. It works. But in most cases, a lot of businesses, when you press on that link, it takes you straight to a broken link. And they don't even know that because they don't check their Google profile pretty often. A broken page equals a lost order. In very rare cases, they'll shoot you a call and be like, hey, why didn't this work? But more often than not, they're going to just go to the path of least resistance, which means they're just going to go to the next business where their link actually works. At the end of the day, you should make sure that your links work, especially something as important and as vital to sales as an online ordering link. Like that should be something you're checking every single week. Make sure something didn't happen with the platform. Make sure Google didn't mess up your link. Keep that in check. Make sure it's working. It will cost you so much money if you don't, and you probably won't even realize. Your website is not a decoration. It's a sales machine. It needs to load fast, especially on mobile. People should know how to order or book within 5 seconds. And the whole thing should feel clean, easy to use, and on brand. You can see some images I attached below. They all have check marks because they're good examples of how your thing should look. You can see Metro Pizza is a business. I don't know where, I think they're based in Vegas if I'm not mistaken. This is how it should look. Go onto the website, very clear about your stuff. Obviously, design is very subjective. It has to look custom to your brand or whatever, but this is a good example of a pizzeria that is operating good. Their website looks great. People are most of the time when they're looking for a restaurant, they're not walking around with their laptop, they're walking around with their phone. So you want it to look good on the phone, if anything, because that's where more of your traffic is going to come from. So prioritize the phone over everything else. You can see right here, the order process from start to finish is great. You go to the website, you go to their order thing. It offers you pickup, delivery. You can see right here, the images for each of the items look great. They're high quality. They're all similar. It's not like some stock image of like some random pizza online. These are actual images that they took and they look good and they're all like uniform. So overall, this is a great example of how to handle your website and your order flow. So by the looks of it right now, here's what you can do next. Number one, you can go see what we do. Head over to our website at Fizoc.com to explore how we can help restaurants grow faster online. Number two, you get a free custom audit from us. No calls, no pressure, just a fast breakdown of missed revenue and quick wins. Or print this presentation out and frame it. At least one wall in your restaurant will look good. I'm kidding, obviously, but we'd love to work with you and I look forward to potentially helping your business grow.